In this video, I want to talk about one of the things I do to protect collagen. So collagen and elastin are obviously two of the most important things when it comes to looks, and preserving that is pretty high ROI. And this is one of the things that are in your control. You can not only produce new collagen, but you can also keep the one you have. It's one of the main reasons why people don't age that well. It's basically just loss of collagen and elastin. The skin starts to look not as bright because of collagen degradation, as well as the skin starts to sag because of lack of elastin. I'm sure celebrities already do a lot of the procedures that actually work, but celebrities also do a lot of stuff that's just a waste of time from what I see. So here's one of the few things that actually works, which is collagen induction therapy. In other words, microneedling. There's multiple devices that you can use. I think it's overrated to debate on which one works because they all work. And they all work relatively similarly. If you don't have a lot of money, you can use a derma roller. If you do have some money to spend, you can buy a dermapen, which is slightly better. It has less risk of side effects, and it does work better because of the vertical mechanism of action. But in this study, where they use microneedling, I'm going to jump right into the results. Basically, 40% increase in skin thickening in the epidermis, which basically indicates collagen increase. And we do have before and afters, basically proving that your epidermis increased in thickness. We have, for example, rat studies where epidermal thickness increases up to 658% after collagen induction therapy, which is microneedling. And in humans, in this study, it's 40%. When it comes to percentage of collagen increase, we don't really have any studies yet when it comes to specific numbers of collagen. All we know is that it does 100% increase collagen because of the increase in epidermal thickness. So it creates micro injuries, and then your body responds by creating more collagen elastin. And the new collagen elastin that is created is stronger and better quality. So this is one of the most powerful therapies that we know of when it comes to increasing collagen. And the results are way more powerful when you combine it with skincare. When you have good skincare that actually works, this will just multiply the effectiveness. Personally, what I do is 1.5 millimeters with a dermapen once a month. So whenever it's the beginning of a month, I just do it again because it coincides with the life cycle of skin renewal, which is around 4 to 6 weeks. That's why I do it once a month. And 1.5 is pretty much more than enough to stimulate collagen. I prefer to do it once a month and a deeper needle length, but some people prefer not as deep and do it more often. But I would just rather have a frequency that is compatible with the full collagen remodeling cycle of the skin, which coincides with around once a month. So at the beginning of every month, I do it. And of course, I combine it with a really good skincare routine that actually works. And I do see good results. And as the months go by, you're going to see even better results. It's not the only thing I do for collagen stimulation. There's a lot of good things that actually work when it comes to skincare. You just have to know what actually works because a lot of things on the market, most things on the market when it comes to skincare are just BS. They're just overpriced moisturizers with really weak ingredients. And even when they have actives, they're really, really weak for the most part. So when it comes to skincare, you have to know what you're doing. There are a few things that do pretty much most of the work. And you don't need that many products for it to work. You just have to know what actually works according to the data so that you don't waste your time and money with products that don't work, which I've done plenty. Like I've wasted so much time and money with things that don't even work that well, that then when I looked into the data, I was just wasting my time. For example, things that would be really expensive for just a 10% collagen increase, when I could have bought another product, which would be the same price or less with way higher collagen increase. So you can waste money on things that either don't work or things that work but are really weak and they have alternatives that are way better. So you have to know what you're buying, you have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just going to waste your money. But microneedling is one of the things that it's not expensive, especially if you do a derma roller. But even a dermapen is not that expensive. You only have to use it once a month. Personally, I do 1.5 in most areas of the face, and then I do just between 0.5 and 1.0 on the most sensitive part. So for example, you cannot use 1.5 in the area under your eyes because the skin is way thinner. And it's the same thing for the skin around your nose and the same thing for the skin in your lips. You cannot use the same needle length in every part of your face because some parts of your face just have skin that is way thinner than others. So I do 1.5 on most parts once a month. Then parts like lips, nose, eye area, I just do 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter. But it depends on how much you can handle because it's also kind of personal. But yeah, that's one of the things I do to increase collagen and preserve collagen and elastin, which is one of the most important things when it comes to aging. And yeah, even if you cannot afford surgeries, which is the thing that moves the needle the most, you can still preserve your looks because over time, most of you are going to get more bald and lose collagen and lose elastin. And even if you cannot afford surgeries, then probably the second best thing you can do is just preserve your looks. And this is just one of the methods I do to achieve that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and yeah.